What's beneath the earth?
Have you ever wondered what lies beneath our feet? What if we start digging straight down? Where would we end up? Are there just tree roots, deep tunnels, massive mines, oceans of magma, and Earth's solid core underneath us? Or is there more to discover? Today, we're about to embark on an exciting journey deep inside the Earth, uncovering secrets hidden in its depths. So get ready, because this journey will take you to a whole new world. Friends, we'll explore what lies under the Earth in the simplest way possible. But to truly understand the structure of our planet, I've highlighted some key points throughout the video. Make sure you watch the whole thing. Let's begin at the very top layer of Earth, the surface where we all live. Around 80% of life on Earth exists on this layer, though this percentage is often debated. If you dig just 1 to 2 feet underground, you'll find house mice, insects, and earthworms. Even common ants build their colonies at this depth. At around 10 feet deep, you'll find burrows of the Norwegian rat, wild rats that can easily survive in such depths. Around the same level, you'll also see the roots of average trees, building foundations and underground pipelines. Digging further to around 10 to 15 feet, you might encounter Nile crocodiles in some parts of the world. At 32 feet deep, you'll find the famous Cu Chi tunnels in Vietnam, built during the war by soldiers. At 65 feet, you reach the Paris catacombs, a massive underground cemetery with the remains of over 6 million people, dating back to the 18th century. At 80 feet, you'll find London's underground metro station. Going deeper, at 164 feet, you'll reach the Melbourne sewer tunnel, so wide you could even drive a car through it. At 197 feet, you'll reach the deep dive pool in Dubai, the deepest swimming pool in the world. At 217 feet, the roots of the mesquite tree can be found, stretching deep underground in search of water. Even deeper roots belong to the wild fig tree, considered to have the deepest roots on Earth. At 500 feet, you'll find the Sala Silver Mine Underground Hotel, the deepest hotel in the world. The temperature here stays between 2 to 3 degrees Celsius, about 36 to 37 degrees Fahrenheit. There's no electricity, no network, and no Wi-Fi, just candlelight and complete peace. Enjoying the video? Don't forget to give it a like, it really helps. Now going down to 950 feet, you'll find the Ryfast Tunnel in Norway, an undersea tunnel designed for around 10,000 vehicles. At 2,150 feet, you'll come across a US-constructed nuclear waste repository where radioactive waste is safely stored to protect future generations. Natural salt here helps seal and contain the radioactive materials. Going nearly 3 times deeper, at 7,157 feet, you reach the Veryovkina Cave in Georgia, the deepest known cave on Earth. At 8,038 feet, you'll find the Gotthard Base Tunnel in Switzerland, the deepest railway tunnel on the planet, built beneath the Alps to improve transport in Europe. At 10,500 feet, you'll reach the famous Kolar Goldfields, KGF, in Karnataka, India, once a gold mine, now closed. The blockbuster film KGF was based on this very mine. At 12,000 feet, scientists discovered a deep-living insect species known as the devil worm, capable of surviving extreme temperatures and extremely low oxygen levels. At 13,123 feet, around 4 kilometers, we reach the Mponeng gold mine in South Africa, the world's deepest mine, known for producing the purest gold. The temperature here can soar above 60 degrees Celsius, making it a dangerous place for workers. Still, people risk it to feed their families. This is the deepest point humans have physically reached inside the Earth. However, machines have gone even deeper. At 9 kilometers deep, you'll find the KTB borehole in Germany, drilled to study Earth's crust. The temperature here reached around 220 degrees Celsius, 428 degrees of Fahrenheit. Even deeper, there's the Kola Superdeep borehole in Russia, drilled to nearly 12 kilometers, about 40,000 feet. It's the deepest hole ever made by humans. Drilling stopped because the equipment couldn't handle the extreme heat. Even metal began to melt. But before we go deeper, let's understand the layers of the Earth, because without knowing this, our journey wouldn't be complete. As you can see on the screen, Earth is divided into 4 main layers. 1 crust, 2 mantle, 3 outer core, 4 inner core. Until now, our journey has been within the crust, which ranges from 30 to 70 kilometers thick. Going beyond 70 kilometers, we enter the mantle, about 2,900 kilometers thick. This layer is very different from the crust and is divided into two parts. The upper mantle, which extends up to 660 kilometers and is semi-liquid. This is where volcanoes are born. The lower mantle, which goes down to 2,900 kilometers, solid but flows slowly due to immense pressure. The mantle's temperature ranges from 1,000 degrees Celsius to... Next, at 2,900 kilometers, we enter the outer core, which is 2,200 kilometers thick. It's made of molten iron and nickel, with temperatures ranging from 4,000 degrees to 5,500 degrees. It's so hot that no solid material can exist here. This layer generates Earth's magnetic field, protecting us from the sun's deadly rays. Deeper still, at over 5,000 kilometers, we find the inner core, a solid ball made of iron and nickel. Its temperature can reach 6,000 degrees Celsius, almost as hot as the sun's surface. Because of extreme pressure, it's solid even at such high heat. Some scientists believe it rotates slowly, helping create our planet's magnetic field. It's from the core and mantle that melted metals like iron, copper, nickel, magnesium, aluminum, gold, and silver rise toward the crust. These are brought up through volcanoes and tectonic activity and eventually mined by humans. Now, if you add up all these layers, the total depth of Earth comes out to be over 6,300 kilometers. And if you somehow manage to go deeper, you'll eventually find yourself heading back upward through the reverse structure. Inner core, outer core, mantle, and then crust again, emerging on the other side of the world. Let me give you a fun example. Imagine digging a tunnel straight through the Earth, from one side to the other. If you jump into that tunnel, would you come out the other side? Nope. Here's what would actually happen. You'd fall at incredible speed toward the center. Just as you're about to come out the other end, gravity would pull you back. You'd keep falling back and forth like a pendulum until eventually you'd stop right at the center, floating in the middle, stuck, because that's where Earth's gravity is perfectly balanced. Interesting, right? Friends, this video took a lot of effort and research to put together. If you found it helpful or learned something new, please give it a like.